Well, this one's important to me. So let me gather myself. Wait a sec. It takes a minute for some of you to come in here. Whoever wants to check in, or if not, it's fine. Just starting out the week. It's going to be a busy week this week. Let me see what this is here. A lot of weird stuff I'm seeing right now. Give me one sec. What's this? You know what, man? Some things don't need to be public. I could keep my cool. Maybe this is not really keeping my cool. Now, I planned on actually putting this on Facebook. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Thanks for checking in. And you have a good Monday as well. Thanks for joining. Thanks for liking too. Hopefully you, along with the rest, everything's going well. Your living situation is what we're going to be speaking on. Do you mind having roommates, or do you mind still having family living with you? How do you like having your own house? Is it going well with the wife? Is it going well with the kids? How's that single life? We all have our different scenario when it comes to our living situations. So, kind of just a little bit about me before I just dive right into it. Before I had my surgery, I lived with roommates for the majority of my life. Obviously, after I left, living with my mom, along with the siblings, you know what I'm saying? After, just for a brief time, maybe for like a year. After my first year at college. And college, my first year, was amazing. It was expensive. It was so expensive, actually, that I was like, yeah, I probably can't go to the second year. I was grateful for the first year. So the second and the third year, we went to a community college. And it was, second year and a half. I lived back with my younger brother, younger sister. My mom was getting remarried at the time. We're approaching 2015 now, and my older brother, he already kind of had it together. He had his stuff together. It was fine. It was great. There shouldn't have been that much quarreling as there was, to be honest with you. There was a lot of I call it substance, but we all have that. After that, during that, I got, kind of just got to get out. I had to get out. I had to get out. Cause me and the new stepfather, her new husband, was upset because I had something about the Wi-Fi. I had to turn the Wi-Fi on to do my homework. Because I worked full time during the night and I went to college full time during the day. It's my ego, I know. I don't have to, but I know it's so hard. And I just heard a good message today. Yeah, you ain't got to prove it, bro. You're right. I heard a good message today. Bro, your peace will save your life. You don't have to prove yourself, man. That was a good message. And I knew I knew that message was for me. I clicked on it and it was a good one. Cuz that's facts, man. I got off work and I had my homework to do, bro. So I turned the Wi-Fi on. But it's kind of backwards, because they're all leaving the house at 7 a.m. They're all going to work, so they turn the Wi-Fi off because no one's at the house. And he's huge into the Air Force aircrafts. He's really good with that. So all this radio frequency and the Wi-Fi and all this stuff, I'm not gonna argue him. That was the reason, but I turned it on. Long story short, I wake up to him unhappy. I didn't like the way he was unhappy. I didn't like the way I woke up. And my reaction wasn't the best. 2015, yeah, I was 19, 18, 19. So yeah, my mom she called the cops. I didn't do anything wrong. But I said I was gonna, I don't know, I forgot what I said I was gonna do, hit him, or I said I was gonna hit him. I didn't say it like that, obviously, but we argued for a bit. I think he actually drove off, but I was still upset in the house. And then, so the police showed up, they surrounded me and said, yeah, so it's either, and I don't know how I was gonna go to jail. It was either go to jail, or you gotta get out. And this was the end of 2015, right to the beginning of 2016. And it's so funny I tell this story too, man, because it's gonna add up to a lot of things. Lo and behold, while going to this community college, there was another individual who also went to this community college and also worked at the job I worked at. It's so funny how I tell this story, how everything is actually lining up about things that we didn't put together, that we're putting together now, that may not be the best interest for everybody in this, But that's a story for a different time. Let's just talk about the living situation right now, right? It was amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? We were kicking back, we were chilling. I ended up finishing the rest of the year, the semester, while living there. His parents was amazing. They were a great example, man. And that was a good time too. After that, it was a roller coaster. I didn't have to leave. And so, man, I'd be on the camera, bro, and people just gotta come near me and be annoying. Y'all are adults. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't on the camera, you wouldn't be doing all that. This is still real life, though, man. Goodness gracious, bro. It's just a stupid phone. Really. My third and a half, approaching the fourth year of college, right? I'm on my fourth year of college, but my credits are kind of like third and a half. And, the community college, I don't know if those of you who are familiar with Texas, it's in the DFW Metroplex. I ended up going to the University of North Texas. That's the third college. And, I transferred my job there and I moved there. And I kind of lived in the car for a bit. And then I met a coworker there. And I'd say this living situation was definitely finally where it felt like, dang, freedom. Dang, I could move within me. Don't get me wrong, it was like that with with the friend I lived with before, but I had that boundary of it's still their house. Respect their house. So it's not, you're not free like that. You get what I'm saying? It was freedom, but it's not free like that because it's not like your volition type thing. This was finally your volition type thing. Even though we had like different roommates in and out. Oh yeah, and it got like real delusional sometimes. I won't lie. We had this one roommate, he was a punk too. And it was eventually after I stayed there over a while. I think I turned like 23 around this time and he was 19. And it didn't take me long to realize this dude was like actually stealing a little bit of my you know what I'm saying, of my stuff little by little until I caught him, man. And just so much drama, man, that he was a punk, man. The end of that, during that time, is right before COVID hit. The separation, we call it. Y'all know about the woke era. That was 2019 was the become woke era. From the OGs who already were. So they were passing down, because I called it the whole pyramid, but the spiritual pyramid. And then it was up to you to catch up and find your level and your tier. And yeah, it was approaching that time. I had to get my surgery. I sure was yapping about it a lot. I was sure trying to make something out of it a lot instead of doing the actual damn thing. It was now time. I was scared, procrastinating it, but we had to get it done. So we had the whole wisdom teeth situation that went awful. For those of you who know about that, I got a bunch of vids on that. And long story short, it was so much that triggered certain roommates moving out. I remember I had one roommate, he was super cool, moved out. He eventually got married. And now I ended up moving in with my younger bro and everyone he was living with, and then I lived there for a year. After that, we had the actual surgery. That's when we met the soulmate. Moved to Florida. That went, then had the haywire moment. Went back to Texas, but then we didn't have our, we quit our job because of the surgery. We didn't know if we'd get it done. It was on some life or death thing. And then live and learn, man. It didn't have to be as hard as that, but I understand why. And I can understand why people could see it wasn't as hard, but you got to see where someone's coming from, though. The whole roommate thing, bro. The whole stranger thing. The whole things could get held over your head, depending on the way you move in and stuff like that. That was a long intro. So when I met this landlord in 2024, I was very thankful and grateful for her. Because I was in a very tough spot. Financially, yeah. But not financially. I don't mean it like that. Definitely not mentally. Here's one thing about me, despite everything that's ever happened to me, even with everything we speak on, man. We've been speaking on psyops. We've been speaking on covert operations. We've been speaking on gang stalking and stuff. my mentality's always been straight. Always. I'm never going to allow anyone to think that my mentality ain't on point. Even on days when it looked like we crashing out or getting emotional or talking wild or whatever, our mentality's always straight over here. I was very grateful. She allowed me in very quickly with open arms, and that was with another individual at the same time, due to her son dating the woman that me and that individual met. Okay? Now we're gonna bring it all together because it gets spooky, kind of. Because this woman, who was kind of like the middleman, even though I was with the other individual. Now I'll conceal their names. There's no point saying names. I don't usually do that. Obviously he would always try to convince himself he took credit for, well, I'm the reason that we all ended up getting this spot and blah blah blah, which is true. He was a big mouth. Yeah, he was real cool when he was sober. Alcohol was a whole different story with him. That's why he ended up being booted out after the first month. Because the other woman that her son dated, she ended up passing away, actually. And you all could go back to a live where I speak on that, but I didn't go into detail. Because for some reason, want to know why and how. And it was like swept, not that it was like, she wasn't like a person of interest. To me, she was a person of interest because I saw the value in her. I had a couple moments where I saw the value in this woman who dated this landlord's son. Now, I'm not going to be over here giving people's business. I respect people, unlike her, unlike them, along with the rest who I lived with. Very, what's that? What was it? Steak and snake or something like that, right? Steak and snake and move like a fake. Make it shake, right? You don't remember that? What about the wolf? What about that wolf coat that you wanted to flex? Wolves in sheep clothing. Sheep in wolves clothing. That's you. Lady, you're so lucky I'm not on Facebook doing this. I wanted to go on Facebook and do it, but I figured I'd spare you the embarrassment. Public people we know publicly and see every day, they probably don't know much about my YouTube channel. I don't share my YouTube channel on Facebook. I actually go out of my way to not do that. I don't go out of my way to share my YouTube on my Facebook. So that way it gives me a clear space and I'm aware, not aware of who's aware, and all this nonsense fiasco with 99% of you who just keep tabs. That's Facebook. 99% of you keep tabs. You don't give a damn. You're not a friend. Really. Because if you were, we wouldn't be looking like this right now. Anyway, when I first moved in, it was only a couple weeks before that I met her son, but did not know it was her son. And we met through one of them labor jobs. Barely making it by, bro. Obviously, it was a split, the relationship that did that. Different talk, if even a talk. So there's a lot of things that it's not that it was clueless. It's not that I was unaware. I did not care to even know, really. Yeah, happy birthday, man. Cat Dog Cat Official. Nice channel. That's another thing we're going to speak on later. I don't know who it is who thinks you're making up like the rules around me, or you're making up some sort of regulations. A lot of names in real life that match like specific names on here too, you know. Just a heads up to you guys. And this is just me saying this for my own volition, right? If you are like a, you know, a supporter, and you may have the same name as someone I may know in real life, I hope that person in real life, for some, like, you're gonna somehow act like that's some sort of spiritual allowance validation to act like we're cool because I'm saying that name. Fuck no, we're not. We're not cool at all. So keep that in mind. You do not get to use that. None of you get to make no validation, no regulation, no rule around what's mine. Just because I happen to say the same name you have and I'm not directing it towards you. That stupid little scam that you guys built around me is not gonna work anymore. So just a heads up on that. Because I don't know where you're coming with that. So what's the joke with you trying to indirectly call me gay? How? You guys are just stupid. What's your problem? Because you think you're being a troll and you're not. You're mad because you about to be broke. That's why you're mad. That's why you're trolling. I don't even care if you're the person I'm directing this towards. Get out of my face. Because it's not cute anymore. In fact, it's really not going to be cute anymore. Even when things get cute over here, we're not going to be looking like things cute. Nothing's cute right now. And it's going to be a long time until anything gets cute from the way we're looking at things. It's going to be a long time. 100 grand could follow me tomorrow. Ain't nothing cute. You're pathetic. Like I said before, you're lucky. Let me chill. Let me chill. So of course you got to move to Alaska because that's where you know, you got less of a chance of them catching you committing the same stupid ass stuff that you did down here. And you got the nerve to get mad. Y'all want to know what's the worst part about it? Let me let paparazzi go through real quick. So let's take a commercial break real quick, man. I guess in order for me to look cool, all I got to do is just whip out a phone and put it on a phone stand. I don't even need to hit record, bro. Give me a chance. Just give me a sec, bro. Goodness gracious, bro. Goodness gracious, bro. Oh, wow, man. You're so cool, dude. So cool, man. Yeah, I know. I could be stupid. You can too, apparently. Those of you seeing this right now, which I know, I'm not like, you know, keeping it real structured. This is a lot, man. Y'all gotta just give me grace for a second, man. This is a lot. This one I'm really gonna be cooking. This one might go long. Cause y'all should have seen it. How delusional. Don't get me wrong. 2024? How was y'all's 2024, man? Was that a good year? That was not a good year. That was an awful year. Here's the thing with me, man. I'm not trying to be a likable person. I saw like a community post or something like that. I don't give a damn about that community post. I don't care about that. I don't care if I'm not a likable person. I don't care. And I'm going to tell you why I don't care. Because I know who I am. I don't do enough. I don't do nothing to anybody to be even looked at as an unlikable person. You just look at me and you see something and you don't like the way it is, the end. That's really the way I look at it. So if you don't like me, that's okay. But you can't really subliminally, directly, indirectly direct that towards me. You really can't. You can't. Because who are you to even come that way? Why are you coming that way? Why do you care to come that way? Who's it for you to care if whoever you're talking about is a likable person? It makes no sense. What does that even mean, bro? Aren't we in a whole different time right now, bro? I'm gonna start changing it up, man. I'm gonna be on this phone less and less and less and less every day, bro. Because it's in reverse now. This feels like some, like, dry 2014, 2015 vibes type stuff. I was more of me in 2015 than I am now, man. That's one thing I hate about the spirituality era. I hate how spirituality forced me to know what y'all don't know. But only the few, what the elected know. Only we know. You don't even know. Who is this, bro? Oh my goodness, bro. Of course you'd be shocked and ask questions. Oh, they're wondering how you didn't crash out. Of course they are. Let me say some good things, man. Let me cut to the chase and just get this over with. Let me say some good things about this landlord. Because this isn't just a, oh my gosh, this is what they did to me. Oh my gosh, this is what happened. No, you're going to learn. You're going to learn, woman. You're going to learn. And you're still going to be upset. I know who you are. You're still going to be upset. No, this time I'm asking you, who is you? Yep, the housing did make it look like grandma. Yes, the cooking did make it look like grandma. But I told you in the spiritual realm I was grandpa. Oh. Of course, except for what was used against me. That's a child part. That's kind of how it works with us. We're grandpa, then we're a child. Kind of is weird. It's like we switch back and forth. But you know what? No, I got to put the proof to the pudding. Very grateful to have a roof over my head. I was very grateful to have my own room. But let me tell you something about me, though. When it comes to that living situation, man, and for those of you wondering why I'm in the position I'm in right now, yes, it's because of that. We'll get to the other. We had an option. We'll get to that, and why we didn't take that option here in a second. Okay. No, I know I'm a good roommate. I know for a fact that I'm a better roommate than most people because I'm adaptable, I'm quiet. If you don't like quiet and you want more action, I know how to do that too. I know how to adapt, man. I know how to make it work for everyone. I know how to clean up after myself. Of course, there's going to be parts where she was right and I was wrong, of course. Because eventually, when you live with a multitude of people, it does become a family setting. I'm starting to learn a lot about myself, man. I'm starting to learn a lot about things that's happened in the past. And it seems like every time I kind of think about something I'm unsure about, I get on here, I disregard how many of you are watching, and I just speak and listen to myself speak at the same time, and it all comes out correct at the same time. And I just found out at the same time. It really is a glorious feeling. It is. It is one thing I'm grateful for. And that's the way I look at this in general, is just working on my communication. Like I said before, that was the most depressed I've ever been. Was 2024. This is a snippet. Did you guys know that? This is a snippet of all the rest of the other lives that I've got. I've got so many ideas of lives there, man, of titles, and like I said before, the drama isn't necessary. This is not dramatic. This is, you need to hear this. You need to hear this because you need to get put in your place. Because I got put in my place. I needed to get put in my place. And there were times where you try to put me in my place, and who do you think trying to put me in my place when I wasn't supposed to even get put in my place? For the things that I'm about to expose you about that you did here, yeah, you were sure talking big, weren't you? Talk about boy, huh? I'm gonna put your son in his place too, because I'm being very kind right now, actually. Let me not say what I could say in regards to y'all. I'm talking about the rest of you. I'm talking about Mr. Move to Ohio right after I leave too. I'm talking to you too. You're not in the clear. You are not in the clear. I'm hearing something to do about a camera or something like that. We're gonna get into that. That's where the C word, take a charge or something like that. That's where that's gonna come into play. Maybe we might have to. Hello, Barbara. I won. Sorry, my eyesight. But you know what I'm saying? Those of you watching right now, those who are an audience right now, I'm coming from a position of where you need to be aware when you're hurt. Let's not make this about others right now. Let's talk about accountability. You need to still be aware when you're hurt. Yes, I remember. And yes, we're streaming from what looks to seem to be the Tampa version of a LA Hollywood sidewalk. At least that's kind of the way I describe it. It's kind of cool. I like the lighting. That's why I chose it. It's also got the coffee store I don't know if they're called Steam Heat or if they're called Blind Tiger, but I do have a shirt that says that too. So that's where we're kind of coming back. The cat did not come back because we're not in that area. Appreciate you for checking on the cat though. It's probably doing well. And I hope you're doing well too. Hope all of you are doing well. Keep your eyes open around those you're consistently around at a daily basis. If you're in a vulnerable position, if you're in a hurt position, if you're in an emotional position, these are the positions that will be used against you. And yes, it will actually be your fault. Because technically, you allowed it. Now we can get onto the other side of that. That's what, obviously what it is not right. But but they should have never been able to reach that point though. It gets tricky. It's tricky. I forgot to tell you guys, this was around the time right before her son's ex. Remember what I was talking about that? The woman who was a reason to me and the other roommate who got kicked out because of the drinking. When she passed away, this is when I lost my car. So I ended up finding out she passed away in November 2024. I not lost my car, but the transmission went out. It was a lot of goofy things that's really coming. That's really starting to make sense now. That's coming full circle. But you don't know till you know. Just leave it there. So yes, it did feel like a trap. Because I didn't have my vehicle. I'm all about the freedom. I'm all about the adventure. I'm all about everywhere at once, man. That's who I am. It's almost like a hyper disorder. It's like you gotta be everywhere at once. It's weird. I have to see something different. I can't be seeing the same thing every time. Even like when it comes to these, y'all notice I don't always be in the same spot. Okay? I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for checking in. So just watch out for that, This would have never happened if I wasn't in that space. This would have never happened if I wasn't in that space. Now remember, these individuals didn't know you previously before. That's kind of the trick to my life too, is the chapter changes, the seasons, the episodes. The transitions would always usually seem like seasonal. New season episodes, new characters, but you still have the old characters too. But now it's like a different way though. And this time it was different. Yeah. I don't know how. Now I saw some ways. Phone company service is when it got tricky. That's why I was speaking about the cameras. Because there's a narrative. There's a rumor. You can call it like a dark web trend if you want. Because we're not narcs either over here. We're more aware than that. So what does that mean? I mean, it doesn't have to mean we're talking about us. It could have been someone else, right? Because every psychic that creates their content And no, I'm for real. So, shout out to the fellas, but I'm mostly speaking to the ladies though. And you're a psychic. That's what you do. I'm for real, and you're damn good at it. Or you may be a tarot reader, whatever you do. But then again, I said, you know, there's percentages and stuff. I had a good point. I had a really good point, man. That's a tough thing about you know, doing this out here. You got to be careful with that stuff too, guys. Don't get mind tricked. Because it's going to sound like it's resonating so much with you. So much that you end up finding out it's true. So it's true, and you're like, dang. But then it gets tricky. There will be switch ups. You'll notice switch ups sometimes. There was a lot of slimy behavior going on during this time. And I could choose to get specific with it. Like I said before, I saw that video earlier today. And low key, I'm kind of going against that video a little bit. So protect your peace. You don't have to prove something. You don't have to get dramatic with it. You could just let time do its thing and you do the right thing, you know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing I noticed too. Making a mistake after this, while running down everything, speaking all our dialogue. They're really going nuts with the background noise today, bro. My fault, guys. You know, some people, you know, it's easy to just keep talking past it. Most of the times I usually do, but tonight I'm more focused. I just want to, because there's so much that comes with this. I'm trying to stay so much on track with it, but like I told y'all before, I'll think about it. Not think about it. I'll distinguish it. You'll distinguish what you know. You know what I'm saying? We'll make our bullet points. I guess you can call it like a surgery. You know what I'm saying? Like an equation. You know what I'm saying? We're breaking it down. But you never know. I never know the full thing until I'm actually speaking about it. Like right now. And it's like, dang, it's all come together. No way. And like what I said before, let's say we would have our peace, not even speak about this, and just do the right thing. Keep to yourself. Focus on your business, which I do have an idea I'm going to have to get across. I was very upset earlier today. I'm very upset and just in general. I'm very disappointed. But I'm trying to be positive. I don't want any of you disappointed. Especially those of you who choose to check in on me every other day consistently. I appreciate that. And by the way, that's why that's why it was easy for me to leave. I'll get into that though. Because of the peace. How do I say this to you guys? Because it's so much, but you can't say so much. Gotta head out, busy. Hey, appreciate you for checking in. You have a good rest of your day. Thank you. The angles of mind games all happening at the same time on behalf of narrative surrounding you was absolutely the craziest thing I've ever seen, bro. Now that part sounds narcissistic, but it's true. And it's true, and I know from experience that that's what it was. It was a collection. It was a group. It was what we're going to get into. It was a psyop. It was a covert operation. And this is what allowed them to do what they did. I'll get into that live. I can't wait to do that live too. Because not once did we snitch. Not once did we call a cop. All these stupid stank narratives that these people try to make it seem like you're some lowlife, to make it seem like you're some, you know what I'm saying, can't take care of yourself, you're some sellout, you're a snitch, and all this was all lies. They all made that up so they can get a piece of the pie from the person they're devaluing. Make it make sense, bro. Jace Avery says, "Hey man, I got a question. I just joined. What is you talking about?" I was Gary the Snail in the beginning of this live, actually, Jace Avery. So you actually probably joined at the perfect moment. This is you know, one of the rare lives where it took me a minute to get to the point. But we're talking about my previous living situation, the last individuals and the landlord who lived there, and basically just holding them accountable. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna go into detail about it, and we really don't need to. It's pretty self-explanatory. Because I'm trying to figure out the part. The main reason I'm trying to figure out how they mad. You know, the last time I saw this woman, this lady, she got the nerve to have an attitude, bro. She got the nerve to have an attitude. The last time I saw her, which was probably like 5 days ago. For just a quick favor, the same favor that she was always cool giving me. Doesn't matter whether I live there or not. Now it's something that can't happen. Now it's a problem. Okay, cool. That ain't a big deal to me. In fact, it's not a big deal to me. Because whether you help me out or not, I was gonna do this anyway. Don't you ever use my name to get a one-up on me and then try to devalue me at the same time and lie on me. We got to ease into that. We're almost there. Thanks for joining, Jace Avery. Like I told you guys, there's so many parts, man. Because, I mean, I can, you know, here's the funny thing, too, about this woman. You can just shut up, actually. If you end up seeing this live stream. If I were you, I'd shut up. Shut up, lady. And tell your son to shut up, too. Tell your son to quit using my name to get away with car robberies and stuff. Shut up. Okay? You can shut up. I'm trying to do this live, and I got what seems to be like just little things that's just trying to distract me. Let me get over my emotions. So let me just wait real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me not be emotional. Let me not cry about it. You know? Let me not make it a problem, you know? I was being held back from not getting a job during this time. No, this is not someone delusional. This is not someone lost in their. I noticed y'all don't like that D word. I noticed that. Let me quit saying that word. We were being prevented from getting a job. And now it makes sense. Why? I do remember you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we got a bunch of consistents in here. Good job. Hope your Monday's going well. And this will take us to our next job. I know I'm all over the place right now, but I gotta build the whole thing for you guys. Because it's a community. It's a military it's ran like a military with an agenda, a community. That's what it is. We're gonna get into it. You said, not too great. Hey, I'm right there with you, but we could be positive about it. But I'm right there with you. Stay positive, man. I know if I were on the other end and I was listening to me, I'd be like, bro, I should chill. I know, man. You said you got all night. You know what's funny? Right now I got all night with this one too. And I might use all night for this one. I'm going to get my whole point across with this. Y'all know what starts with the F. And it's a word in the military. Not faction. Ugh. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me cheat. Go to Google. All right. And goodness, where is it? All right. What's that word when you're measuring the group? Y'all know what I'm talking about? All right. So in the military, you got. Dude, why am I having such a brain farts? Bull crap, man. You got squads, you got platoons. Come on, someone help me. You got squad, platoon, but there's way more words for it. And then what's that word that breaks that down? I'm looking for that F word. But that's how they ran it though. In order for me to see it like that, because that's what it is. You said you go to therapy every week. Well, I guess it depends on what you go to therapy for, huh? You know what I'm saying? But that's between you and you. But if you don't mind sharing, that's cool. If you don't, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? You said you got past trauma. Man, I got trauma. I don't go to therapy for it. I kind of create my own therapeutics and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I think therapy. If I could go to therapy and had time and the option and stuff like that. Not saying you have time and an option. It's probably something you have to do, especially if it's severe. I don't blame you. And I hope therapy's helping you out too. There's nothing wrong with therapy. It's just like going to go get a massage. There's nothing wrong with that either. Nothing down with winding down and stuff. But yeah, back to how it was ran like a military and stuff like that. Now, why am I speaking like this, man? Why are we bringing back the whole spooky stuff that the normal and people don't want to hear? No, it's because that's what it was. That's what allowed them to get what they got while doing this whole devalue tactic. You guys are pathetic. Not y'all, but them. Let me not even get started on affiliations with coworkers and stuff. Don't even let me get started with that, because that played a role too. Heaven knows how close the interactions were. Only heaven knows, bro, how close some interactions were in that stank motel or wherever they were making plans or whatever. It doesn't have to be a motel. It could have been Denny's. Who knows? Maybe it was Red Lobster. Denny's. You said, I'm not getting. You said, I'm not getting. I'm too much depth. But my brother's therapist almost ordered a restraining order on my dad. So your brother has a therapist as well, but you guys don't have the same therapist. And I'm assuming your brother goes to a therapist for trauma as well. You know what's more intriguing than knowing that you go to therapy is why you go to therapy? Like I said before, that's your business. So I truly do hope your experience with that only gets better. That Red Dead guy won. I hope it only gets better. I'm glad I didn't go to therapy, actually. Me personally. Because it would have been another, I'm not calling it a distraction, it's not a distraction, but it would have been another character to take our sight off of the full thing. You know what I'm saying? Every time there's another character, it makes it hard. When having to figure things out. And no disrespect to those of you on here with your job who's helped me out in the past with that connection scenario, that it took me a while to figure out how it actually would have been in my benefit. You have to see where I'm coming from, though. Now I see where y'all are coming from, where you're looking at me like, how come he didn't? Come on, man, we're looking out for you. How come you don't trust us? Blah, blah, blah. You have to see where I'm coming from. Another character, another close character, which is a good thing. But here's one thing about me that I need to let you guys know. That's important when it comes to me. And that's important when I say this as a whole. Like I said before, this is just a snippet. That's why it's so hard. It's so hard for me to speak on this one. It's so much. Y'all got patience. For you two watching, have patience. I don't know how y'all go even watch me like this. You know what I'm saying? I'd be on back. I'll see you in a little, man. You know what I'm saying? I'd be one of those dudes probably if I were watching this right now. So you guys are cool. Two of you watching this, whoever you are. If it's the same ones, y'all are cool. My bad, I didn't mean to shift the whole table. That's probably why it's been hard for me to talk, man. Hold on, man. Let me stretch my leg. This is important stuff. Goodness gracious. That's important. That's important. It's like I gotta do stretches before I sit down, man. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 sec. That felt good. Okay. Stretching's my therapy. Before working out, I stretch. Before I sit down and make a live, the stretches count more in that area. What? For real. Oh my goodness, man. But yeah, to the sidekick content creators, to those who got their thing, and you've helped many walks of life as you continue to do what you're doing. Obviously, I'm being a little overly kind because there's still other areas I gotta touch base on that. But you know what I'm saying? I'm still being a cool person because I am a cool person at the end of the day. I'm a very cool person. So it's I'm not shocked though. I'm not shocked. Because if I'm a cool person, if you're a cool person, you are a cool person. A lot of you are cool people. That's why you got a lot of titles I resonate with. Now, and then something weird just happened too. Some thought form things just happened right now. But before I get into that, you said, yeah, I'm just venting, my bad. You could totally vent on here. You said, yeah, it's all bad. But in its own way, something might be worse for one person. Uh, that's where I'll change that a little for you and I say, yeah, it's all bad in its own ways, but something is worse for one person. You said one person, dang. Like, are you speaking of like who's that one person? You say, yeah, it's all bad, but in its own ways, something might be worse for one person. Are you speaking about someone specifically, or oh yeah, you said an example. Okay, cool. Yeah, man, I saw a video speaking about this one woman with an iron lung. Look into that, and that was that'll make you be grateful about life. What do y'all think before I continue? Am I doing too much with this? Do I not need to do this? Is there something I'm blocking because of this? Is there a reason I shouldn't speak on this title? Because I know, shame on me. I shouldn't second guess what I'm doing. You said, what do you mean, do what? Like with what I'm doing right now. Like why do you like that red dead guy one? Like why do you think I'm even second guessing what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, bro. There'd be so many people. And that's what this landlord, that's how you messed up, actually. Man. You're a narc, first of all. You're out of pocket. You're wrong. And you're a scam. You're a fraud. Love you, though. And thank you for everything that you've done for me. You didn't have to. You didn't have to supply me with the roof over my head. You didn't have to bring me in very quickly. And I must learn for myself about my experiences there. Especially the starting point, knowing what I could have not done, should have not done. Never would have led to it. If we were doing life right. Am I right? Can I get an amen there? No? That's true. Let me not allow the response and reaction currently dictate if what I'm doing is right or wrong. Let me just keep going. Jace Avery, I don't know if you're still here. You said, I have very bad trauma because of my sister. Something happened to her when I was with her. But it hurts to tell people what I saw happen to her. Well, who else saw? Because I'm getting the perception it was just you and your sister. But you don't need to specify if you don't want to. But I'm getting the perception it was just you and your sister. And I'm hoping you don't have trauma because of something your sister did to you. Now, what do I mean by that? Because you were hurt, but it hurts me to tell people what I saw happen to her. Well, when did it happen too? See, that matters too. I get the suck it up buttercup treatment. No, I'm not saying that to you. There's levels to it. But I get the suck it up buttercup treatment. Then again, you know, I can't use excuses from when I was 9, okay? To why that you're gonna do something to someone today. That doesn't work like that. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. I'm intelligent. I could pick up some things that people don't think I'm putting down. So y'all keep that in mind. Okay? And that's not to you, Jace, but that's to everyone as a whole. Because if I'm going to do this as a generalization to let you know that if you think that's some sort of like, not you, okay? But I'm just saying this as a generalization. As if that's for you to throw a little sprinkle there and to, you know what I'm saying, to feel like it's some sort of validation of why things have been done. No, the hell it isn't. So I'm going to let you know that. Condolences. I'm sorry to what happened to you, though. But what's happened to others years later and stuff like that, years before, 10 years, 20, 15 years ago. It depends on why, the way, where, how, what was the age bracket, all of that. So are we aware of what happened? I think we're both aware of the same thing that happened. Are we correct? So, okay, is it worth speaking about? Is it worth fixing? How do we fix it? I think we fixed it already. I think what needs to be fixed is why 15 years later, this is some sort of subliminal, under the ground reason to do something that has something to do with that. No, it isn't. Can I get an amen there? That's where I wouldn't see eye to eye with that person who has the trauma from that. And remember, that only has something to do with Jace Avery if your sister eventually did something to you, to hurt you. But it's not sounding like that. It's sounding like you're hurt because of what you saw happen to her. Then I'm coming from a space, from what I'm reading, as to why do you need to tell people? So like I said before, it's personal. It's your business. And you don't need to put that up if you don't wish to. That red dead guy once says, because we have all gone through it. Some people run from it, but others talk and things second guessing yourself is not that bad, because that's survival. Your brain is using your past experiences to do your thing. Yeah, correct. That Jace Avery thing, by the way, I'm picking up and putting down the whole scenario, so just know I caught that, by the way. The V-Daddy, or whatever your name is, says you live a wild life, bro. Why do you say that? How do you know? Prolapse69, I'ma slap you. And Gemini 99 says, is he wanting reparations? Fix what? You can get slapped too. You talking to yourself, or what you talking about? You sound like you know me. You sound like a content creator. You sound like that's your second channel. What are you talking about? Now, thanks for joining. I'm gonna always give you guys attention because you're joining. You're giving me attention. I'm gonna give you attention. I don't have a problem with what you're saying, but what are you talking about, man? You know? Just let me know. Why are you talking about that? What does that mean? Come on, keyboard warriors. It doesn't take that long to type. But yeah, interesting comments though. Interesting comments. Back to this though. Because I like the way, now, despite I had my different angle of looking at that, I still like that was said. Because now I could come from a space to validate why I'm correct about what I'm speaking about. Because this is some fresh right out there, just had a handshake type stuff over here. You get what I'm saying? This person in the title was not valid, was like, where are you coming from to even do that? I'm way too, what's that one meme? The chill guy? If it were you, you wouldn't be talking about no chill dude or chill guy. You wouldn't be no chill guy. Chase Avery, is that where you're coming from? Because that's something to not be a chill guy about, right? So if that's something to not be a chill guy about, then how is it that you have that amount of experience, that amount of space, that amount of experiences with this person where there were no issues at all? No issues at all with this person, even when having that traumatic experience when you were younger, right? So what do I mean by this, guys? This experience happened when they were younger. Okay, so they were, how old were they, guys? They were like 6 and 8 or something like that. Something went down that was traumatic. They're aware of it. And it's just one of those things that you can't fix. Why would you want to talk about it? But you're aware of it. What you do to others is just as bad as what you allow them to do to you. At some point when it comes to age and the bracket, you end up becoming that person's age at a time, so on and so forth. At what point would you bring it to light? The more mature thing would have been to bring it to light instead of in some abnormal, dysfunctional, and false reason to take action on something completely different that will only be a benefit for you and act like it's justified. You're incorrect, ma'am, actually. You're incorrect. And it's not justifiable even when the other person's incorrect. It's still not justifiable, though. So keep that in mind. Those have nothing to do with each other. How does that fix that issue, too? So, don't be a narc. Not you guys, but this is a generalization. Don't be a narc, though. Because how is it justifiable for you? That's for you. That's what you're going to use to make it seem like it's even Steven. It's not. Not when homeboy got access to and her and him and there and there and there. You're wrong. Okay? So just know that. Know that whatever it was that was done to you, that put you in that traumatic experience, that person was wrong. But what you did later on and try to subliminally, indirectly act like that's a reason to justify what you took or whatever it is you did that you know you participated in, you are dead wrong. And you know it. So keep that in mind. Because guess what? I had my experience in that, and I didn't have the leisure like you, generalizing, to have someone be as kind enough to play stupid and let you slide with it. Because I didn't get to slide with it. I got to almost die with it. There ain't no guilt tripping over here on me. Shout you guys out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, that's a generalization. There's no guilt tripping over here with me. It's too late for that. And there's no such thing as too late. It would have been wrong anyway. So, anyway, because that's a problem too with this over here is that containing this is this is just the beginning, okay? All this extra funds that you were able to get Mr. Robbery, and then want to flex in my face about it. You're kidding, right? People want to even try to train it in your mind and do dumb subliminals, talk about dementia. We ain't got dementia over here. Of course, yeah, with the things that you've done to someone, you would think they'd get dementia. No. You may have dementia, or pretend like you do. And if you don't, I proved myself correct. Again. It's a little slimy. Let's call it that. It's a little slimy. Because it's about the substance. It's about the devalue at the same time while taken from you. That's the part that's the funniest out of all of this. The split amongst everybody except you. And they act like it's, oh, this person's wrong, delusional for speaking about it. Oh, but here we go with me again, diving into a side I shouldn't, right? I noticed that too, guys. Be careful. Talk about that G word. Watch how quick they made a you know what I'm saying? An allowance to why it's justifiable to do that. Yeah. Be careful. They're doing this to me. They're doing this to me. Watch how quick they're doing it to you then. It's like, duh. No, I'm sticking to business though. There needs to be a investigation done at a job site I was at 2024 November, but I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm not gonna actually call up anybody and say anything, but yeah, I'm gonna just throw that out there for anyone to catch. There needs to be an investigation done at that job site. November 2024, whatever job site I was at there. We need to see call logs and things like that. But anyway, certain characters we're moving in now. Like I said before, I like to speak about real life before I speak about those you've learned, are aware of, yada yada, from the internet. Because that game's over. This whole try to act like this person don't know. This person knows. I mean, come on now. Who brought y'all together? Right? How were you able to even make an attempt happen? Disgusting, man. And got the nerve to bring everyone together to make it look like you're a bad guy. It is insane, man. The categories they threw someone in, bro. I'm over here writing for fun. Somehow got the whole underground rap community, even some rappers I rock with, talking shit, bro. How? And that's sad too. Y'all devaluing yourself even doing that. Thanks for letting me know how cool I am. That ain't gangster, not like that, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I'm not the one for that. Gaslighting's crazy, man. Gaslighting's crazy. I'd love to know how. I'd love to know how. I definitely know when. And it was definitely in the summer of 2025 during when I was living here. You know, um, and me and a buddy and his wife's brother, which was really funny. That was a funny sequence. We were gonna start doing our own thing, but for some reason I was like hesitant though. I didn't want to let go of the job I just had for 2 months because it was working for me. It made things work. Obviously, we look back, it's a setback. It's just one of those tricks that all them jobs are, that just tricks you into being just comfortable for now, but you don't end up creating something. That's why when you end up getting let go or fired or quit after a year, you didn't accumulate nothing. You just survived, basically. But I'm getting off track. Yeah, guys, long story short, I made this a pretty boring one. Some way, somehow, I'm still in my feelings. Like, someone's going to say, oh, you're in your feelings just because, no, I'm not. I'm just talking. I'm just speaking about it. People got their little licks in. This is not even a lick. I'm getting in. That's what happens when you try to look big in front of someone with their shit. With that projection scam y'all be doing too. Y'all didn't think I caught that. Ma'am? Yes, I'm talking to you, sassy bootsy. I'm talking to you. Okay? That's why you were giving us all that bad luck garbage. Because you were trying to project all your garbage onto somebody. Y'all watch out for that, man. People will give you their shitty trash. Their whole phone screen all messed up and everything. Everything's just trash, and they'll give it to you. Bad luck. As some sort of magic trick. Yeah, they thought they were clever. It's not clever when you got so many people, and then you end up finding out it's not clever when it didn't even work. Let me chill though. But no, we're going to say that. No, I'm not even going to give y'all the benefit of the doubt as if there's an if. No, there's not no if. Especially when it comes to you. Shame on me for even saying that. To make it seem as if you can make some sort of comeback on me. No, lady, you can't. And if you don't apologize, I don't want your apology. If you don't apologize and I don't want your apology, it's only going to get worse. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Because I look back and I see what you knew that you were playing stupid about and that you were allowing and all this stuff. And I was so supporting too, knowing damn well her son was just some stank nobody. Is a leech. Why am I saying that? I don't have to say that because you want to know something? When I first met him, he's cool. I liked him. For real. I liked your son. He and I kind of got along. We didn't know each other that well, you know? Until I found out what they were doing. Especially right now. I definitely know what y'all were doing. It's not going to get better for you. Or him. You could tell him I said that. But I wouldn't wish anything bad. I would only wish the best. Y'all should have not did that. It doesn't matter though. So don't get mad. Because I didn't, actually. I put up with it. That's what makes y'all the most upset. You didn't get the reaction you wanted. It's because you don't understand the depths of what something else someone had to do. If I took care of the hardest thing in my life already, which I did, anything else that comes up crazy hard is not going to be as hard as that. So the reaction is not going to be what you think it'll be. And then who are you and why are you in a space to even think like that? That's not a good space to be. That's the place all of you were in. Notice that, guys. Run that one back. That's why they could be like that. That's why they can ask questions like, well, how is it that he did? How did he survive that? Weird. Who even says stuff like that? People who did something? Tried to? And then want to talk all slimy in front of you. All subliminal and as if like, yeah, they just got a one up on you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all outside sitting in the chairs and you're in the middle. She's here. And it's almost like they're trying to do some little high five above your head or something. Like y'all some sort of Powerpuff Girls or something. You're not a Powerpuff Girl now. It didn't seem like it last time I saw you. But the time I saw you before that, oh, you were all power puffed up, huh? How would I know that? And why do I know that? Yeah, there's someone hiding behind that channel that I know too. That's an indirect too. Well, I'm glad you're saying that to yourself. Keep telling yourself that. Hopefully I'm wrong with who I'm thinking you are. Because if I'm right, you're definitely not in the clear. So if I were you, I'd be happy. But then again, I think I'm wrong. So I hope you're happy either way. Either way, be happy. I agree. Of course, yeah. Stop, and don't assume people aren't happy just because they're not like, or just because they're talking about something. You know what I'm saying? This is a subject. It's a choice. It doesn't mean we're not happy. That's the trick to this whole thing too, is 80% of you who even have something like this, they don't necessarily want you happy. Unless they're like true supporters. Which we all have true supporters. I know for a fact I got true supporters in here. And then we got idiots like Prolapse69. He's dumb. He's stupid. He's gonna have things catch up to him later. He likes to take trash. Or he likes to know people who takes trash. That's a trash job. Oh, they won't let me view it. You know what? You're right, man. You sound just like that gentleman I heard earlier today. I keep bringing that up. Peace. But it's okay. I did it peaceful this time. And one thing to add to that video that person made is that you can still touch base on things. Just make sure you're not actually getting upset. You just make sure you're at peace. If you know how to do it at peace, it's validated. You can still do it. And you're right. They don't fall for negative comments. You might hear some toxic things back from me. That is who I am. Okay, so if y'all hear me talking shit, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be talking shit. That's who I am. That's who I am. You know what I'm saying? When you grow up with siblings and stuff, y'all know how it be, bro. It's automatic. You get that defaulted into your, your program growing up. That shit talking. You know what I'm saying? That back and forth. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And hopefully people don't be knowing that we're actually live right now and choosing times, and then we'll get back to that. Okay? This is about respect. Okay? We respect each other. So we'll make sure to get back to each other on respectful timing. I know that's what I tried to do yesterday when it came to, trying to make a response or a call. Yep, careful guys, it's a grimy world. Not just slimy, it's grimy too. Carl Manson said, express that education. Yeah, sure. People will even, I received something in the mail in regards to, let me not specify it. Let me be a little broad. It could have been something to do with, I don't know, maybe medical mail. It could have been occupational mail, any types of mail. And I noticed they added an extra word to what it was. Yes, this is true. You could somewhat call it trolling. Trolling, yeah, it's gonna happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I look back at the trolling I did when I was younger, look at what's happening to me, and like, okay, I can understand why this is like, we could look at that K word, and look at it as karma. It's like, okay, I deserve that a little bit. I've accepted that though. That's what y'all probably didn't know about me. Not you guys, but individuals who are definitely behind if you still think like the old shit that you even thought bothered me before would bother me now. You wouldn't even know because I surpassed that. You don't know how I surpassed that. You don't even know what it would mean to surpass that and how, in the way, and you will never be in that space anyway. That's why you're on the other end of it. You, this lifetime, literally won't even go through something that hard. So that's why you're where you're at. Stick to, judging people while also not being a judge. Like them here in this title. Talking big. And then want to do knockoff versions of things you actually did in real life. You were actually about that life. This person was using your persona to look like they were about that life with some stage nonsense, trying to act like your son is some chosen one or something. No, he ain't. And guess what, buddy boy? If you want to be one, I'll give you grace. Give me my respect, Mr. Alaska. And maybe a year from now, wherever I'm at, I don't care if you're watching me. But when I got that you know what, maybe I'll help you out. It's up to you. Because y'all foul. Because you didn't know me before. I was a very giving person. Y'all didn't know me before. Lady, you didn't know me before. Lady, son, you didn't know me before. Robin Hood and all these people, y'all didn't know me before. I talk about shaking snake like a fake and all this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you're a little grimy. You know what I'm saying? A little grimy. A little slick hacker face. Think you slick. All that trash talking behind my back, man. That's right, no, I'm talking about this other person I lived with, yeah. Along with Mr. 401k, if it was even that. I don't know, we'll have to see who's been kicking it with Kermit the Frog lately. And see who's got more tea on that. See if that's true or not. Because you got to be careful with hearsay. Me personally, yeah. If someone said it were true, duh. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't, y'all still wrong. With all the efforts to try to make someone be in a position to give away false information, you're never going to catch me do that. That's where all of you get caught. Even the con creators on the internet. That's where y'all get caught too. That's how I caught all of you. Even y'all's leader. That's how I caught you. Mr. Northwest Territory. That's how I caught you too. And then you and Miss Alabama and investigating all this stuff. Want to act like someone's supposed to be satisfied. So you're coming from a angle of looking at it as money. Which of course, yes, I am too. You're not seeing the bigger picture though. You're still not seeing the bigger picture. Even with the good that's been done, you're not seeing the bigger picture with it. And your workers obviously aren't either. You didn't even tell them the truth. I felt like I had a hint of Donald Trump right there in that one. It's fake news. They're lying. But no, they didn't see all of that. You didn't tell them anything about who this person was before. You just gave it out on that timeline. Separation, boom, job. Base it on that. So they're coming from the starting point as dependent on a woman. Need a woman. Sad dude. Beta guy. Simp man. That's where they're coming from, the basis of it. Do you guys get what I'm saying? That's where they're coming from, because that's the starting point they were given. They didn't know the full spectrum of this person before until they were, they say the word heal, I say the word just became who they were again. Because it's deep when you premeditate a connection like that this person valued and cared and loved about while going through the premises of being purposely placed into a position of questioning what, why, if, what. You did not get what you want. Remember that. That's why we're here right now. Because of me, not because of you. actually. Yeah, leader. I'm not the leader, by the way, guys. We're here right now because of me. Because if it wasn't because of me, I wouldn't be speaking. So based upon the feedback, because I kind of noticed I noticed the hamster wheel, like the way it works with this now. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to, I call it feedback. Some of y'all call it clout, you call it views. I call it feedback, where I'm coming from. So I look at the outcome of every live. Do I judge it? Do I judge every live by the title I have and by how many views it gets? Yes, I do. And the reason I do is because I notice the ones that get less views are more catered towards a self-egocentric type of dialogue. Where the ones that get more views is more in a way where it can work for everybody and everyone can kind of pick from it and see how it works for them, and it's the space for them. So, with that being said, you can see I'm a real person. Now, you would think it'd be the other way around, where it'd be like, well, how are you a real person? You'd cater more to the other one. No, because I'm willing to make content that I know will have lower views than what I've done before. That's real. That's the opposite of what people say about me. They're thinking that you want clout or something. I don't know why you keep talking about that. You sound like some bum hater. That's what you sound like. So don't come on here trying to cloak yourself as some supporter when you're not. You can ask yourself that. I don't know what you're even talking about. Yeah, but those who are smart can pick up things like that, like why they're just putting that there to make y'all look at it a certain way or something. I don't know what you're talking about, man. You have to get more specific. About what? What are you talking about? What, this right here? Is that what it's supposed to be? How I feel about it? Nothing. I don't feel nothing about it. Is there feelings in logic? Is there feelings in substance? In what happened? Where is the justice? What are you talking about? Pertaining to what? Pertaining to who? You got the tea. Come on, Kermit. Kermit's best friend, spit it out. And shout you out. I'm not angry. I'm not coming at you any sort of way. You're talking like you know something. You're talking like you know something I don't know. Everybody's got a secret. Da 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 do 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 da 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 da. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think, yeah. That's funny. But you come and see, because, man, it's an energy thing. You're just doing it more. You're just saying that in like a, I don't know, man, in some like, let me skip that. Yeah, he's doing his thing. It's cool. Anyone is doing their thing, man. No reason I'd have a problem with that person. Built his way up through what he's doing his thing. Cool individual. You know what I'm saying? Then again, you don't know anyone personally, so we're just judging it from there. We're not judging, but we're just saying. Seems like an individual who just did his thing, minded his business. No different than anyone else. Why? You like him? Let me get that charger real quick. I've been up here for a minute. I've been yapping. I kind of got my point across already, but not really. I mean, like, there's still like little parts where I don't have to say it specifically, but I just gotta like say it. I just gotta get my point across. So I did. I didn't get it across the way I wanted to. Because that's too much. Because y'all don't understand, it's way slick and slimier than what it really seemed when we were there. Hopefully we're not missing something that I'm afraid we're missing right now. I'll have to put it in the back burner and not like, throw a tantrum in front of you guys though. Low key want to throw a tantrum right now. Let's just be cool. It's like, bro, really? It's so annoying when this happens. It is so annoying when this happens. And we found it. See? We didn't jump to conclusions right away. Ain't life amazing? Ain't life great when it's like that? Let's get this up here. And try to wind this down, man. Who was it? It was one of you who said something about, and it was not a coincidence. Maybe it could have been, but that phrase "too many cats" and how it really worked up and how it really made sense during that time. This year in February, that's when I found out what they were doing. And then they became a little confused and couldn't, and then tried to convince themselves that I didn't know that I knew what they were doing. So they were really bad at playing stupid. Really bad at lying is what they were really bad at. They love to lie a lot. They like to look really tough when doing it too. Real slick and stuff like that, and want to act like it's a flex. You do know there's like thousands of other people doing what you're doing too, right? That's how you got caught, right? So maybe next time there won't be. You will know that when you have time to think about it. Because you think you'd have the time to think about it right now. But considering our last meeting, maybe you haven't had enough time to think about it. You think your son would have had enough time. He definitely had enough time to think about it. Apparently not. So you're going to learn a lesson, lady, girl, boy, you're going to learn a lesson. You were judging something about this lesson. In fact, you were acting like you were the one who was giving someone a lesson. Until that revolving door slapped you up the beak a couple times. Now you can learn a lesson. While I watch. With the front row seat. Y'all's flexing is just so sad. It's nothing to flex either. And I'm going to tell you why. You're a coward. It's too many of you. There was way too many of you. That's how I knew. And I knew before I even knew that until you actually look and it's like, bruh. Damn, son. You don't think you're a little greedy? Trying to make me look like a villain. Trying to put me down. Trying to act like there's things I gotta learn from you. Knowing damn well you learn from me. Knowing damn well it's because of me you were receiving them payments. And at the same time, want to big yourself up and act like you're going to tell me something. Woman, sit down, please, and shut up. Tell your son to shut up. Nobody likes him. Shame on you. Didn't I tell you guys about that video earlier? See, a lot of things will just stick. This needs to be said. You run your big mouth, lying on me, talk about I'm having sex with a prostitute. Want to lie, say that that's the reason you had to kick me out. Because of that and because he had no money. No, it's not because of that. And because he had no money. It's because you're a liar. And I kept on questioning you about them other tenants who was in on it, and you kept lying with your fake teeth. You're a liar, like what it says in the title. You're a liar. A slimy liar. You're a fraud. That's bad. What do I mean by that's bad? That's bad how far that goes. In that area. You narc. I have to stop being nice. Y'all heard what I said earlier. A year from now, keep up with me, maybe I'll help you. Maybe not, too. Because you're stupid. Your son's stupid. So he probably can't comprehend any of this. Y'all just want to look a certain way and use me to look a certain way. No. So we'll give it time. I think you're practice. I think Sassy and Bootsy, they're practice right now. Y'all are practice. Practice for me to be a more stern person. Because shame on me. Shame on me for allowing that to happen for a period of time from someone like you. Then again, you probably all them years of real good wisdom, real good stories and grandma, and tell me something just for me to tell you it don't freaking matter. You're starting to sound like these dumb little rap niggers out here. And no, that has nothing to do with racism. No, I'm not light-skinned, dude, no. I still get away with saying that. There's no way you didn't listen. But we got out of prison. It's like all the raps are the same, bro. But anyway. That's not intellect. Bootsy, Sassy, that's not intellect. That's not knowledge. That's not something you taught someone. You are not smart. You're just an average Joe landlord. Like all the other punks you're around. Yeah, oh yeah. That's the way it really is. Because I was being nice to you. Because I was in your house and I respected you. I couldn't talk like this in your house. Well, I could now. I'll never be back in there. So I'm going to let you know that. Whoever it is that you thought you were not that. You were much lower. That's the exact look on your face I saw when I last saw you. It was defeat. Something happened, because there's no such thing as that. And I'm not going to go too far with it. Want to know why? Because I still love you. No, I'm being real right now. And kind. Didn't I say y'all are level 1? So I have to practice. And you will forever remember me. And you will never get my energy. Ever again. You don't deserve it. You were never on my level. And I already knew that. I was hurt from a relationship. I know you don't care. Don't care. Whatever happened at home, getting married with a ring and all that. All the little dumb knockoff nonsense y'all try to flex in front of me. You said that right there, guy. It depends if you live on a street called Sheldon or if you live in a state called Alaska. So it depends. You'd have to tell me. It's high chance it's not you, but if it is, thanks for the hint. You have to tell me. I do remember you telling me what state you lived in, though. It wasn't one of those. It wasn't Florida or Alaska, right? So I doubt it's you. No, I'm from Rhode Island. Definitely not you then. Remember, yeah, to those of you who are watching, you have to take it in for yourself. It's one of those things. And that's the type of person I am. That's the majority of my lives. You have to listen to what I'm saying that's being directed to something that happened to me in real life. My lives are always going to be about real life, unless it pertains to those who are also content creators on here that we are aware of being used as for educational purposes. Other than that, no. You would not see me speaking that much to you, and you would see me address you if I were ever speaking to you. But shout you out, though. I see where you're coming from. No, we're still on here holding these individuals accountable because we're not even close to done. We're 2 hours in and we're not even close to done. Trust me, I wish we were. I'd like to save my breath right now. Thought it. In fact, I'm being told that's the best route to go. But then again, I'm not really receiving feedback about that either. So, these are just different angles we're looking at things. I'm also hearing other things like, sir, do you not see what these people did? You need to do some Floyd George, just kidding, your neck. Because guess what, Sheldon? That's what y'all were doing. With your little weak meetings, your little weak team-ups, your little weak access that you're never going to get again. And you'll forever be weak without me there, and you know it. You're weak. You're weaker without me there, and you know it. That's why your face max plan is no longer a service. Huh? I said yes, that's why your face maxing plan is no longer a service. Huh? What'd you say? What was my phone provider service again? Yeah, we might need to have to talk, guys. We're gonna have a talk. See if I can get an upgrade on a phone or something, or maybe a little present from you guys. just for the troubles on that little Wi-Fi scam that uh, or talk about Robin Hood or Richie-ness or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna need like a new phone. Get a little present for me or something. I'm gonna get something out of that. We're not done with that. In case you guys are watching from different, I don't know, maybe y'all got secret channels or something like that. I'm figuring y'all are just, this isn't for me to hope y'all watch. I don't give a damn about that. I just figured you guys have a life. You're not watching this. There's no way. So hopefully that's the case, yeah. And continue to do that. And for the most part, I'm 100% sure that's what they're doing. They just like playing stupid. They just like taking opportunities. They just, for some reason, were jealous. I'm hearing something about a green screen too. Did y'all hear anything about that? Did anyone hear anything about like a green screen and like a service or a service to do with a green screen or something like that? Where you could see someone through a house or something? I heard some crazy stuff, guys. That sounds like it'd be real. It don't even sound like it's fake, bro. Man, I'm telling you what, we ain't even close to done. We don't like to make assumptions over here. We like to observe. I'm the real observer, by the way, not Homeboy, not Astro. He a liar too on that. You're not the observer, bro. That's me. You gave yourself away with that too. I'm going in on all of you. I don't care. I don't care. All of you. Because sometimes I'd be looking at this like that too. And don't take offense, guys. But even with the numbers, I'd be looking at it as like, nah, one's actually 10. Because it's one channel watching with the whole group and stuff. That's the way I look at it. Wouldn't doubt if I was right also. Why do you want me to go in on him? Like, he's good, right? Don't you think so? I don't think he's bad. But going in on someone is like, you gotta have both sides to something. That's my definition of going in on someone. First of all, you have a purpose, you have a reason of doing it. You said I got a rap battle. Yeah, I'll have to check out his songs then. I haven't checked out his music. But I'm kind of in the middle of writing right now too. So when I do that, I don't listen to anyone during that time. I feel like, now please, I know a lot of y'all are going to get upset if we're going to talk about, let me put what I was saying to the back burner since you're talking about rap right now. Oh yeah, that person mad as hell. That's one of them. They mad as hell. Over here self-projection, not knowing what they're talking about too. You perverted out, man. What's your problem? Y'all see that comment right there? They think that some projection makes someone show all hands subliminal. That has something to do with me. Have fun lost in your own mind, scammer. You're gonna be miserable forever. You should not troll. Because it's going to go right back in your face and you'll look like a troll. In fact, you do look like a troll. Because you don't have your face maxing service anymore. Bye, girl. Bye, bitch. Bye. Bye, bitch. Consider that a warning. Bye, bitch. Don't no one know who you are, bitch. Your whole face maxing service is gone. Okay? Instead of them blue chews, go get your ass some of that wrinkle cream, alright? Don't be playing with me. Who you think you are? Someone giving someone the money. There's a lot more where that came back. Also, biatch, because that's how you got caught. Because you and the 100,000s of everyone who did the same thing. Yeah. What you know about that? Nothing. Stick to scamming, okay? Don't have the peace. Why did you do that? I thought you clicked on a video that was about peace. No, this one ain't about views. It's about the point across and the piece. So sorry, I had to do that. Peace. Something you don't have right now. Because it ain't over for you either. Troll. You're not a troll. You're trash at it. You're a trash troll. Who doesn't even have wrinkle cream and needs it. Instead of using blue chews. Well, first of all, I don't know nothing about that. Yeah. Oh, what are you, some sort of failed scientist? Right? Obviously, that's why you had to give some of your equipment back. Ooh, you're gonna get burned showing yourself here. Yeah, get your feelings hurt. Get your feelings hurt, Miss Wrinkle Cream. You know what I'm saying? Get your feelings hurt. Don't make you know what I'm saying? Don't make the vibe be a little different, you know what I'm saying? Because we could change the vibe. I'll start, you know what I'm saying? We ain't going to be kind now. Yeah, get on out of here. That's what I thought. Y'all know how they be doing things on here, too. It'll show 0, but it still be like 3, 2 people. It'll show 1. Sometimes it'll be 0. It'll show 10. Sometimes it's 20. You don't know how this stuff works here. Because you were a bench warmer. Not even like the lying homie. You're not even the observer. You're just a bench warmer. Talk about a warning. Who the hell is you act like you got a warning? And remember, I'm speaking on the premise as you coming from an energy as if you were someone who was involved in that house. That's where I'm coming from. Now, if you're not coming from that premise, I'll back up. I'll accept the little joke and I'll move on. But it's not sounded like that. It sounded like you were someone who's triggered, and I'm going to keep triggering in you. Wrinkles. That's your new name. Wrinkles. Okay? Because you'll be showing all hands. Wrinkles. And your wrinkles are only going to be more wrinkles. So after this nickname, Wrinkles, your next nickname is going to be Wrinkles Wrinkles. And then it's going to be more Wrinkles Wrinkles. Get lost. Because you are lost, even being here. Loser. Gonna steal from someone, then get mad because you got caught. You're a loser. Accept it, okay? And then wanna act all tough. Wanna talk behind someone's back and smile in their face. Loser. You like to steal. Talk about robbing. You know what I'm saying? You like to rob. You robbing. You robbing. You a loser. You wrinkles. Okay? Not blue chew. Wrinkles. Oh, you don't like that one? Here, I'll be nice. Face mask scam. We could give you that one? You like that one better? And I'm going to really go in on y'all now. See, you messed up doing that. Don't do things like that. Don't act too quick. You must be a fire sign. You must be an Aries or a Leo. I know you're not a Sag. You must be an Aries or a Leo. A Sag wouldn't leave that. A Sag wouldn't care enough to leave a stupid comment like that. See, that's the thing with the fire signs. Y'all got to understand. The Sagittarius care the least when it comes to, like, the roasting and things like that. The Sagittarius don't care. And the Sagittarius are better than roasting than the Aries and the Leo. Because the Aries will get a roast off quicker than the Sag, and the Aries might overtalk the Sag too. But the Sag is going to be more Savage with it though. They're gonna be more reckless with it, and they're not gonna care. The Aries is gonna care. The Leo definitely gonna care. The Leo might cry. And the Leo started the whole thing. They're all they wanted to be the center of attention. They wanted to be they wanted to be the reason of this and that and stuff like that. No, you're the reason of nothing. No attention for a Leo. No attention for a Leo. No attention for a Leo. Y'all are on the lowest right now in my list. Leos are in the lowest right now in my list. The hell with a Leo. I got Lilith in Leo. I don't care about Leo like that. Shout out to Leos, I'm just kidding. Hell with a Leo. Especially the ones I've seen lately. The hell with a Leo. Naughty list. Aquarius, naughty list. Gemini, naughty list. Gemini went from up to the naughty list. Those are my top 3 naughty lists right now. Leo, the hell with them. Gemini out. And Aquarius, y'all scary. Aquarius is scary. Okay? So I'm just kidding. But no, for real. I'm just talking. I'm just kidding. Yeah. That's the last time I ever make y'all feel like you or something in that house. Because I built the vibe of that house. And you don't want to respect it. Fishes, or whatever. You don't want to respect it. I'm not talking to you, by the way. But then again, y'all gotta understand and give me grace. And I'm not saying CC Fishing 2026 shout you out. Unless you're one of these people, the hell with you. Because we're not getting lost in the mind games and the spiritual allowance we spoke about before. So just keep that in mind. I'm just hoping that you are someone who does not live on Sheldon or Alaska or some shit like that. And then you and I are cool. But if so, no, that scam ain't working. We're not allowing none of them scams to work. So what do I mean by that? We're not doing this whole come in as a different person, cloaked in as a person that you know that I ain't rocking with you anymore, to make it validated and acceptable, so you don't face your repercussions, not reparations, your repercussions that you will be receiving. Especially when we find out the other percentages that we don't even know yet, that we do know. So keep that in mind. But yes, I do remember you. Hopefully it's for a good reason. Okay? Because the people we're talking about right now are beneath me and always were. I want to act like they were something. No. No. You're going to find out real quick. I don't have a mind like you. Humble. Never flexed. Nothing in front of all of you. Even while knowing what I had. Y'all are ridiculous. Scam, fail, fraud, delusional. Whoops, let me not use that word again. Shocked I didn't get the little repercussion there. But they didn't give it to me that time. In fact, they gave me a bonus point for just catching it. Yep, slithery little snake and shake like a fake. Because y'all slithery. And can't believe it. Yes, I do know what you were doing behind my back. Stop it. Stop acting like I'm like silly. Like some silly boy that I knew the whole time. What do you expect? I'm trying to live. Doing too much. Just to find out right now, how can you not see you are nobody? You know that. I'm not gonna make you feel good right now. I'm not gonna be nice right now. No. No. That's a big. Y'all know that's the most valuable lesson I learned in that house was how to clean the microwave, and that is a very valuable lesson, by the way. Quit over exaggerating stuff. Want to bitch and moan about this and that. Want to do this and that and that. End up getting a list. Found out. Oh, you got this amount. Oh, that they did. Man, damn. It's like quadruple our tax return. Goodness. You good? Or should I say, were you good back then? Goodness. Yeah. Thanks. Give me that back. Yeah. Over here thinking you about to get something. No, you ain't. Thinking you about to claim something. No, you ain't. Don't get all mad because you can't cash something in. Hell yeah, you can. It's mine. What the fuck wrong with you? Don't get all mad and stuff like that. Tripping. I have a mind like that. What do you have to say to you for yourself? Just pop up and hope that things are cool? No. You gonna learn. I guarantee you didn't learn this much when you were boxed up about the other horse shit you did back then that you try to make it seem like was some sort of lesson you want to give me as an experience. Lady, I didn't learn nothing from you. You know that, right? You know I was smarter than you the whole time, right? All of you. You know that, right? Do you remember that? And shout, like I said, shout you out if you're not done. Give me grace, man. I be getting, you know what. But it's for a good reason. It's because we're smart. That's how we're at where we're at right now. I took the risk. I took the risk of peace over stability. I'm still taking the crazy risk of peace over stability. Actually, it's not a choice, you know, I need help finding that. I'm gonna have another live later, probably not today. I've been talking to you a lot right now. Can't wait till this one's done. Not done yet, not even close. Y'all gonna learn. You are gonna learn. When I saw that list, I saw how much was you? Who were you talking to? Who were you talking to? Let me repeat. Your punk ass got caught because you and the thousands of others who did the same thing as you, that's too many people. That's why you got caught. And just to see your portion, hate on that. Over here. Yeah, no, these I know that you are aka a supporter, a stranger. I know you're CC Fishing 2026 are someone who just came across me. I know you didn't live with me. I know you don't know me in person. Don't worry. That's a good thing. End Mind Games 2026. Because if you do them over here, it's going to get worse, by the way. Not trying to say you're doing a mind game. And you're not, if you're really who you are. But those of you in real life who think you're coming up on here on different channels and think you're doing something, watch how quick that revolving door slap your chin line again. And I saw the way it slapped your chin line the first time. You try to play it off, and knowing damn well it hurt. Now, if you want to stay and listen, because you probably should, you need to, then that's cool. Don't you ever call yourself taken from me again. Don't you ever call yourself trying to one-up what's his name and devaluing me. You tripping. who a king. I'm a king. You're gonna find that out real quick. You found that out already. Don't make me. Because I'm not supposed to be talking like this right now. Why? Because I'm in my own lane. I create my own rules. I come up with my own version of what's that. And it's up to me on whether I'm there or not. Not you. Who is you? What would you know about that? Not a damn thing. Ain't no king and queen taken from another person's shit. And then gonna devalue them too? No, I get to talk like this. I remember the way y'all were talking. How are you talking like that? Damn, son, where'd you get that energy from? Me? You ain't talking like that right now. You all face maxed out. Wow. It's like deja vu. For me. Not you. This might be a first time. Yeah. Did you know that happened? Let me not be a narc though. I gotta quit talking as if like y'all are watching right now. There's a high chance it ain't. I know it's just those of you who found this, but oh, goodness. That's sad, guys. And we haven't even gotten to the part with the alternative motives and what else they were trying with that fake love scam too. So y'all can get on out of here with that. And you better not be messing with the sweet, sexy honey also. Even if we ain't together right now. Don't be messing with her either. Because all that shit's a scam. Quit messing with her. She's happy, I'm happy. I'm going to come over here and try to do a knockoff poltergeist version and stuff like that. And then got homeboy over here being fake, going along with it too. Y'all knew what y'all were doing, bruh. Heaven knows, man. Only heaven knows. Wow. Some thoughts I should just keep to myself, huh? What good is it doing for you? You still don't want to learn. You still want to be mad. Talk about you're 7 and have little dumb stuff come up. I don't know who that person was. You triggered. You triggered. You triggered. Over here self-projecting their trying to self-project a sickness onto someone. That was the weakest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's what got homeboy caught too. That's why I cut him off too. Y'all notice that? Thought he was slick. No. That's why his raps are trash and he'll never get big at it. Doing stupid stuff like that. Will never make it. In rapping. You tripping. Trying to play that on me and think you're gonna get somewhere? And with, of all things, rapping? Man, I'd rather go listen to Barney and Friends or something like that. Let me go ahead and end this, guys. I know I said quite a bit. But I'm glad I did. I feel better. I do feel better. And I'm trying to get better. I like the way I started this live out about that content creator's video that I clicked on earlier, and how he spoke about peace, and you don't need to give energy, and you don't need to do all that, and how I acknowledged it was right, but I still kind of did it. I like that. I like that I see the flaws in me, and I know it, and I know that I got to improve about it. So that's something I could take from this too. Maybe you guys should take something from that too. Maybe you should learn accountability this time. Ooh, burn. Grandpa, I mean, boy, just told you what was up. What goes up must always come down. You'd know. You ain't gonna be coming up in a minute. Those of you in that house or whatever, we got a long ways to go. Those of you in that house or whatever, we got a long way to go. You know that, right? You know I'm not done yet, right? That has nothing to do with this, by the way. You know that, right? So this has nothing to do about the internet. You're just triggered because you seek attention. That's why you over here trying to flex as if you took something from someone. I want to make it look like that means something by talking about it. So let me get this straight. You're trying to devalue someone, call them trash, while going all out to make it look like a flex. So I'm like your grandpa. I'm like your father. You're like the son, trash son in Alaska, who always needs help, and got the nerve to compare me to him. Yeah, right. There's levels to this, baby, and I'm the higher one when it comes to that comparison. Not even close. Tell homeboy sit down. You know what I'm saying? Tell him tell him that I said you're welcome. Hey, knock knock, fishers, knock knock. You're welcome. Grandma? Sassy! Sassy! Knock knock. I said, did you hear me? You're welcome. Because who is you acting like you mad? Yeah, get in the mirror. Okay? The mirror, not the magic mirror. That service is gone. Okay? Your face matching service is gone. Okay? And take accountability. Okay? Because I remember everything. I remember every projection tactic. I remember every try to make it look like you devalued someone. Tell Vincent I said F you. Okay, he ain't nothing. Just a fat slob. Who also tried to devalue me. The nerve of him. Hashtag Donald Trump moment. But yeah. Had nothing but respect and love for all these people. I was just quiet. And look at this. I'm glad I learned that lesson. I'm glad I learned that lesson. You're in the middle of learning the lesson. Not y'all, but you know, those who, the house. Sassy. And you know what sucks, man? I mean, this I said this was important. I don't like making lives like these. I don't plan them, but we gotta do them, man. That was too much. Trying some railroad tactic on someone or something like that, man. That's wild. You're gonna team up. You're gonna get help from a detective and all this stuff like that. You thought you were safe. No, you're not. Gimme. I want the mini bag. Gimme. It's not funny. I ain't laughing. I ain't laughing 1 minute. I ain't laughing one time. So do you guys think it's funny? Do you think that I think it's funny? Because I ain't laughing one time. Literally. Someone say something. Because I still got a couple things to say. I don't mind when y'all comment. Gives me a couple breaks. Talk about something different. But if not, let me take my intermission, which is probably just like 1 minute, and then we'll get back into it. Y'all know how I have them short moments where I'm just quiet. What a shame. Y'all really thought so. What a shame. Y'all ain't smart with the timing either, man. Homie gonna leave after I leave. Try to save face. Think about it. How would I know what I know? I'm pretty smart. I know quite a bit. How would I know that? I told you how I base my hypothesis and theories off of, right? You gotta experience it first. Not just come up with a, come up with the reason to like or hate. You gotta. Shaking snake like a fake. Let me see if I got any more else before I zone out and get on out of here, man. This is just the beginning. And let me say this for everybody. When I say I was more than kind with everybody, I was more than kind with everybody. With the things I put up with, survived, almost, the way you went about it. Y'all can never, man. That's why you think like that. That's why you do things like that. In the beginning, I wasn't even open-minded about anything. They study you. Y'all studied me. Yeah. Y'all didn't have meetings about me? Whoops, ego. That's ego. 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 Should have named them Sassy and Ego. Well, yeah, I am getting a little tired. I've been yapping for a minute. Probably gonna get on out of here now, but I don't know, man. Hopefully it's caught the right people. And yeah, I'm gonna call this part one because it's far from over. It's far from over. I didn't even touch base on everything I wanted to get across because it's so much. You did too much. Can't even cover all that much in 2.5 hours. Hey, it ain't my choice though. It was y'all's. So I don't know. Cause I don't know where in the universe it's trying to make it like people seem like this was supposed to bring us together or something. No, the hell it ain't. It's a wrap with y'all. You ain't getting none. Just keep that in mind. When things, because you left me out. In fact, you expected me to just flop on the ground like some fish without water. Yeah, you sure did. That's why they be talking about fishing and fishers and all that stuff. Yeah. Not you, but you get what I'm saying. Unless I have to make that the joke every time with CC. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a joke. It's a prank. Yes, I remember you, but yeah, I think you were a prank. Use a joke. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully it was a good joke, a good prank, a good prank, a good joke, a good memory. But yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's how we do it here. That's how we put up with it. We put up with it. You know what I'm saying? We talk about how we put up with it. You be talking about how you put up with it. Ma'am, the way you put up with it, not even close to the way I put up with it. Because look at what you did that I had to put up with. Ain't no one do that to you. You must have had nothing. You did nothing. Whoops. Stay safe out here, guys. Don't get manipulated. They manipulated me. They manipulated me. Me manipulated me. How'd you get manipulated, boy? You were scamming and you want to talk about you got manipulated. Shut up. Got manipulated because you were scamming on someone and they got what they deserved back, and now you talk about the manipulated. Now you talk about all they do with. Shut up. No, can't take accountability, fraud face. Wild. You are wildin'. Did you learn how you a narc? You're gonna be a better narc now? Tell your son too. Y'all had to have learned a lesson off me. There's no way. And if you want to act like you're not, watch how quick you stagnated. Doing that to someone like me, don't do it. I don't usually talk like this on the internet. And I don't like talking like that on the internet. On the internet, especially with that, oh, don't mess with me type vibe thing. Because it's the internet, man. You see how the self-projection scam? People will get triggered. I wasn't even talking to that person. They just heard me talking, now they want to go grab this and do this. Calm down. Y'all be judging me, bro, but it's like I don't take things that far. You be judging, taking, yada yada. I want to get mad when you get caught. Ain't that something? Ain't that amazing? How that works? Ain't that something? Huh? It's like it's like the world is yours. The world is yours. Like the world, you know what I'm saying? It's like it just revolves around you. The world is yours. This is part one, man. There's gonna be a part two. A lot I could say. But it seems like y'all kind of checked out, which is a good thing. Because I'm checking out too. Appreciate those of you who checked it out tonight. Catch y'all later.